How's it going, folks? Voodoo Stache here. We'll be working on a little 90-90 position. We'll be working on abduction, a deduction, pulling away from your midline, and then adduction, a deduction, pulling towards your midline. So in this 90-90 position, this is a great space to work on hip internal and external rotation. Your back hip here is being internally rotated this way. Your front leg is being externally rotated. So if I'm going to work on these abduction and a deduction, I'm going to be working on the inside here and the outside over here. So check it out. You're going to begin all this stuff off with a stretch. So you can have your leg just right here where you're at, leaning forward, rib cage down, leaning forward here. I'll feel a big stretch on the outside of my butt on this side of my right leg, lengthening my spine out, rib cage down. The more I hinge, the more I feel that stretch on the outside better. You'll start off this little series with a 1-minute stretch, opening that thing up and creating space. After that, now you're going to be on the work part of it. So this will be like the PAILs and rails side of it, progressively increasing your tension and then using that increased tension to open up the other direction. So I'm going to take my block, I'm going to throw it underneath my leg bone here. I'm going to go parallel like this way with my legs. So I'm going to go right up underneath myself here. So just underneath the knee and the upper part of the leg. Your goal here is going to be pressing down with your top leg. So breath in, rib cage down. I'm going to slowly start pressing down, down, down. Your goal is to feel the outside of your butt cheek on this one. So I'm going to go through 5 gears of tension. Every 2 seconds you'll move up, so a total of 10 seconds. Breath in, rib cage down, I'm pushing down. 1, gear 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit your peak tension. You're pushing as hard as you can. Now you hang out there for an additional 10 seconds, maximally contracting that outside of the butt cheek. So I'm pushing, 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 pushing. Okay, as soon as I'm done there, I've now compressed the springs down, so now I should get a release and have more range coming back up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that thing away. I'm gonna come from the floor, rib cage down, everything's the same. I'm gonna try to activate this line in here and raise this leg up. And as I do this, you may wanna do that. Your knee above your foot. Don't wanna do that. You wanna keep your knee and foot in line. So it's gonna force you to externally rotate your leg bone and activate here as you do so. You're going to take a breath in. Again, going through your gears here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold there for 10 seconds. That's your peak gear. Now, your body's going to want to cheat because it's very tricky. It's very sneaky. So as you do this, if you lean back, wow, it's really easy to raise that up. Don't do that. Keep your weight coming forward, rib cage down. Trying to raise that thing up. Get that foot in line with the knee, either with it or even above it if you're really good. Leaning forward, bringing that up. If that's too hard, you can come down to your elbow and make it easier. So I'm going to put this elbow in line with my right hip. Rib cage down, I'm all braced just like I was in the previous position. And I'm going to slowly raise that thing up, again, without leaning back. All this is going to stay perfectly in line. I'm going to feel a lot of work there as I rotate. So that's your front leg, working on external rotation. Back leg, internal rotation. If I want to open this guy up, I'm going to spread open this way, rotating this way, hanging out there for a minute to open that guy up. Then when it's time to work, I'm going to take that block and put it parallel with my knee here, with my leg bone. And again, I'm going to rotate here, rib cage in. I'm going to take that leg and compress the yoga block. So now I'm going to feel this activation in through here. Rib cage down, start pushing a little bit at a time. Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit your peak gear, hold it for 10 seconds. You're going to die, 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 die. Fully activated there. Now we're going to work on raising this thing up. So I ditch that block, rib cage down, and I'm going to try to pick it up. Again, it's easy to tip forward to get that thing, so don't allow that to happen. Do your best to stay tall. Internally rotating your legs so your foot and knee will be in the same line. That's going to be a lot on your outside of your butt cheek. Hey, that's pretty hard. So I'm going to come down to my right elbow. And my elbow's going to be in line with my right hip. Rib cage down, I'm nice and braced. And I'm going to slowly try to raise that thing up, not letting my foot dip. I'm going to internally rotate that leg as best I can. When I get to the top, again, I'm building up in tension every couple of seconds. So I hit my peak. And I'm going to hold there, continually internally rotate that leg as hard as I can for 10 seconds, and then come down. Usually I have people do 2 to 3 rounds on that, depending on what they've got going on. This is a fantastic way of improving internal and external rotation of the hip, as well as improving abduction and adduction, pulling things away and pulling things towards your center. These are huge areas that make a big difference in hip stability, so practice this a bunch. Let me know how it goes, and I look forward to seeing you guys real soon. Enjoy.